In the small coastal town of Eldermere, where the cliffs kissed the restless sea, stood an ancient lighthouse known as the Beacon of Solara. For generations, it had guided sailors safely home, its light a steadfast promise against the dark, stormy nights. But as technology advanced, the lighthouse fell into disrepair, and its keeper, an elderly man named Elias, became a relic of a bygone era. Elias was a man of the sea, with a beard as white as the foamy waves and eyes that sparkled like the stars above. He had dedicated his life to the lighthouse, believing it held secrets that only he could unlock. The townsfolk often dismissed him as a quirky old man, but Elias knew the truth. The lighthouse was alive, and it whispered to him in the wind. One fateful evening, as a tempest brewed on the horizon, Elias noticed something unusual. The light flickered ominously, casting strange shadows that danced along the cliffs. He climbed the spiral staircase, heart racing, and reached the lantern room just as the storm unleashed its fury. The wind howled like a banshee, and the waves crashed against the rocks with a ferocity he had never witnessed. As he struggled to keep the light steady, a flash of lightning illuminated the sea, revealing a ship in distress. Panic surged through him. He had to act quickly. With trembling hands, he turned the light to its highest beam, sending a beacon of hope into the stormy night. To his astonishment, the light transformed. It pulsed with a vibrant energy, casting a golden glow that cut through the darkness like a sword. The ship, a majestic vessel named the Aurora, responded to the light, its sails catching the wind as it veered toward safety. But the storm was relentless. As the Aurora drew closer, Elias noticed something extraordinary. The ship was not just a vessel, it was a ghost ship, crewed by ethereal figures who seemed to shimmer in and out of existence. They were lost souls, trapped between worlds, seeking the light to guide them home. Elias felt a surge of purpose. He realized that the lighthouse was not merely a guide for sailors. It was a bridge between realms. With newfound determination, he focused all his energy on the light, channeling his love for the sea and the lost souls into a radiant beam that pierced the storm. The crew of the Aurora turned toward him, their faces filled with gratitude. As the ship drew alongside the cliffs, the light enveloped them, and one by one the souls stepped off the ship, their forms becoming more solid, more human. They smiled at Elias, their eyes filled with warmth and peace. "Thank you, Keeper," one of them said, a woman with flowing hair that danced like the waves. "You have set us free." With a final flash, the Aurora vanished into the night, leaving behind a calm sea and a sky filled with stars. The storm dissipated and the lighthouse stood tall, its light shining brighter than ever. The next morning, the townsfolk awoke to find the lighthouse restored, its paint gleaming and its light unwavering. They gathered at the shore, marveling at the sight. Elias, now a legend, stood at the entrance, a knowing smile on his face. From that day forward, the people of Eldermere no longer saw the lighthouse as a relic, but as a symbol of hope and connection. They celebrated Elias, the Last Lightkeeper, who had not only saved a ship, but had also reminded them of the magic that exists in the world if only one is willing to see it. And so, the Beacon of Solara continued to shine, a guiding light for all who dared to dream, a reminder that even in the darkest of storms, there is always a way home.